I really thought by now I would have figured it out, but here I am feeling so lost in my late 30s, trying to keep up with life, grinding, doing what I'm supposed to do. How do you even change your life when you don't even know what you want? I love the volume here, but I still can't figure out why my hair is all over the place, which I don't know how to fix it. And maybe on the back too, but I can't see it. I woke up almost 1 hour earlier than my alarm. I tried going back to sleep, but I couldn't. My mind kept racing with all the things I need to get done with work today. I woke up around 5 a.m. I think I slept around 12:30, 12:45, so I didn't get much sleep, honestly. My alarm is just going off. Turn off all the alarms.
I turned off all your alarms.
While I do my makeup, I'm gonna cook some eggs as well. And that way it's done when I'm done with my makeup. One thing I did yesterday was I picked out my outfit for today. This sweater is supposed to be off shoulder like this. Since I'm going to the office, I'm gonna just make sure I adjust it to make it like a regular sweater. Also have to fix this tonight. I had removed my bed sheets to do laundry. When I was about to go to bed, I forgot I need to place my bed sheet back. So usually I have fitted sheet here, but instead of that, I end up keeping loose sheet on top of my mattress, and then I'm using another sheet as a blanket. I do have a pillow cover there. So yeah, I ended up just doing this. At night, I was so ready to go to bed. I just did not want to deal with this. So I have 2 eggs for breakfast, and then yogurt, and then 1 egg for chape. And then there's the pressure that keeps on getting magnified as year passes by. Being single in my late 30s, not having a partner, not having a house, not knowing what I want to do with my corporate career next, not following the path that everyone expects. Even though that's not the path I chose, it is so easy to compare and feel like something is wrong. Scrolling through life online, seeing weddings, pregnancies, promotions, it's so easy to compare and feel behind. Picked up my coffee as well. I don't think I will be packing boiled eggs for breakfast anymore. My nose is somewhat closed. Even with that, I could smell the boiled nose smell. Not nose, what I'm saying. Boiled egg smell. Outside, I would not have cared, but since it was in an enclosed space, I hope it did not leak. I had such a long day at work today. Picked up acai bowl for dinner. As soon as I got home, I had a good cry session. I feel better now. I'm about to get my period, so I feel very emotional. It's not like only for a few days. For me, it happens for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, so almost half a month. Not lately. I've been feeling this for quite some time, and I feel like as older I get, it gets louder and louder, and right before my period, all these feelings get magnified at a whole different level. So no, I'm not gonna start. I am not gonna cry. Hold it together. I feel like I've said this in my past vlogs as well. I've been feeling very lost in every aspect of my life. In my 20s, even though I had this feeling, I always used to tell myself like, oh, I have time to figure it out. I have time. And now, older I get, I realize that actually I don't have time. What I mean by that is, like in my 20s, I used to think my loved ones, like my parents, girl, I used to think my parents, my loved ones, invincible, and that's not the case. So no, you don't have time. That's what I meant. Oh, whenever I talk about my parents or my family, it's what a ball. Okay. So that's what I mean by that, like not having time. I understand. I'm still very young. I'm just 36. But just the way I used to think about time is very different than how I used to think when I was in my 20s. So I feel very, very lost. Feeling very, very, very burnt out. And I wish I could take a year off just to decompress and just be. But I can't. I know my mom will be watching the video. I don't want her to freak out. Mom, I'm fine. I'm just going through it right now. I'll be fine tomorrow. You probably have heard there's been so many layoffs everywhere in the corporate world, right? And same thing happened in our company as well. And there's so many people that I knew they got laid off. Luckily, I'm fine. People like who have worked there for like 20 years, 30 years got laid off. Can you imagine that? It's just like crazy. They spend a good chunk of their life. And you know how we hear growing up, oh, working in corporate, you need stability in your life. Do you even get that? Do you even get that anywhere? Honestly, you don't. All the stress, all the hard work. For what? Everyone has to die one day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. All the stress, all the hard work. For what? But you still have to grind to make sure your future is safe. Again, when I'm saying feeling lost, I'm not even talking about corporate. I'm just talking about life in general. I am gonna be 37 this year. When I think about things that I want to work on, right? Just personal things. I feel like I kept pushing it off, saying, oh, I have time, but do I really have time? And then trying to figure out what I want to do and what I want to do just because of expectations or societal pressure. That's another part. There's a whole pressure of, oh, figuring out life. Everyone's asking me the same damn question. Like, oh, when are you gonna start dating? When are you gonna have kids? Like, I don't even know if I want kids. I know I spoke about freezing my eggs in the past. And maybe doing that will alleviate some pressure because I don't really know if I want to have kids. Partner, yes. I think I would like to have a partner long term, but not my immediate like goal. Like, I know right now I don't want to have kids, but then whenever I'm with my niece or my nephews, then I'm like, maybe I do want to have kids. But then again, I never had that maternal instinct, so honestly I've never pictured myself as a mom. Dog mom, yes. I wish I was very certain either it's a yes or a no, but I feel like I'm in between. But at the same time, what if when I'm 45 I want to have kids? So I do want to have that option. So yeah, I know I've said this in the past about like, oh, I need to look into freezing my eggs, and I kept pushing it aside, thinking, oh, life is busy. And years just passed by. Life will never stop getting busy. You just need to make time for it. I know I keep saying, oh, I feel empty, I feel lost, but still I'm content with myself, my friends, my family. You know, that's the pressure. Another is the biological clock. Even with YouTube right now, right? A lot of times I feel like I'm pushing to post video because I want to be consistent. I want to show up. It took forever to build our community and I don't want to lose that. So even sometimes I feel so drained after work, or I just feel drained after doing day-to-day things, I still do my best to show up. I started doing YouTube because I was feeling lost in life, and now even with doing YouTube, I feel like I'm losing my spark with it too. I know I just spoke about community, and then at the same time I start comparing with other creators, right? And not seeing the same growth as others. I feel maybe I'm not meant for it, and that's not true. Again, look, I'm going all over the place. Imposter syndrome. Maybe I should not vlog right now. A big part of me wants to take a break, but take a break into what? Go back home? Into what? I don't have a home base here where I can go. I keep reminiscing those old days back home, how life was and how different it is now. The time frame I'm talking about that I miss with my sisters, with my cousins. People from my generation, they aren't home anymore. At the same time, I love living in New York City as well. And if I decide to take a break and then move back, finding an apartment in New York, finding a job, everything, I'll have to move in with my sister or my aunt. But then they have their own responsibilities as well, right? Like, I don't want to be a dead weight. I always take a year gap right after high school as well. And I ended up applying to one college here in the US. I ended up getting into that college. I ended up getting my visa as well. Everything just worked out in my favor. And then within graduating high school, I think within a month and a half or so, I was here. I feel like everything based on, what will provide me work visa sponsorship. Honestly, that was the main criteria for me. And that drove a lot of my decisions. So if you do something with STEM major, you have a longer period of time to look for a job that does work visa sponsorship compared to, let's say, when you pick something in arts or you pick management or accounting. And even with STEM major, you need to find a major that does work visa sponsorship, because not all majors do work visa sponsorship. Even the career I picked, it was mainly because that career offers work visa sponsorship. When I think about in my 20s, right, I don't think about, this was what I did at work, right? I think about the moments I spent with my loved ones or things that I missed. I couldn't go to my older sister's wedding. I miss both my granddad's funeral, my grandma from my mom's side's funeral. And it's just because I couldn't go back. Whenever I talk about family, home, this is what happens. Again, with all of this, me questioning about things, it's not in any way saying I'm not grateful. I'm grateful for the life I have. I'm grateful for the life I've built. I'm grateful that I can live in New York City on my own. I'm grateful for my loved ones, my family, Chape. I'm just questioning what the hell I'm gonna do next. Whatever I do, I know I'll work hard. That's ingrained in me, not to disappoint myself and others. So just with that, I know I'll grind, I'll work hard. Again, it's a huge privilege for me to even think about all of these things. I have a huge privilege to even think about these things. Like, do I want to take a gap here, right? Honestly, I feel like I romanticize it, just thinking about the potential. Kind of like running away from reality in a way. And even when I talk about losing my spark, right, feeling empty, I'm not doing things that brings me joy. Have I been working out? No. Have I been sleeping on time? No. I'm trying to, but I haven't. Have I been eating well? Kind of. So I don't know if me losing my spark or feeling burnt out is because, obviously, if I want to take care of myself, that's the outcome. But is that the only reason? I don't know how much I'm gonna keep all of this talking part in the vlog, but we've been blabbing for almost, 45 minutes, 1 hour. Almost 1 hour, I think. But I do feel light after the cry session. And most likely I'm gonna get my period in like 2 days or 3 days. My grocery has been downstairs for the whole freaking day. Okay. Ooh. I got sardines, lettuce, Bombay spice chips. So Bombay is one of the big cities in India. Chicken broth, dragon fruit, mango, strawberries, honey, tomatoes, pears. Oh. I got a coupon for Chewy. Onions. I got seaweed. And then I have frozen stuff in a dry ice box. Salmon fillets, pork dumplings, and then eggs. I got kimchi, ground chicken. I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. Moments ago I was crying, and then I'm talking about my grocery haul. And that's, I guess, life. You have to keep on going. I just went downstairs to throw trash, and there was a couple walking towards the apartment building. When I was in the middle of throwing the trash, they started kissing. They were right behind me. They're having the romantic moment, and I'm there making noises while sorting through my recycle and trash to toss it out. And I was like, should I just go from here or let them have their space? It was not a first date for sure, but it was a date where things are starting to get a bit steamy. I thought that was funny. I just woke up. I am logging in for work right now. I have a document to finish for a review later in the afternoon. I still have a bunch of things to finish for that, so just woke up earlier than my usual time to wrap that up before workday starts, because when the workday starts, it's so hard to focus and get a good chunk of time to finish the document, because either there'll be meetings or emails or IMs or something going on, you know. Let's get started with the workday. I eyeballed it this time instead of using any measuring spoons, and this is jam-packed. I finally freshened up. I'm gonna do watermelon for breakfast. Been trying to not drink coffee the first thing in the morning. Drink water, eat something, and third thing is coffee. Otherwise, my first thing would have been coffee, and I'm trying to avoid the morning jitteriness. And even before coffee, I have that feeling, and when I add coffee on top of it, the first thing, empty stomach, it adds onto it. These watermelons are so juicy. Some days I feel completely fine. I trust where I'm going, I trust my path, I trust my timing, and then all of a sudden it hits me. The exhaustion, the doubt. I start questioning every part of my life. I feel grateful and at the same time so lost. The spark I used to have, I feel like it's slipping away, and I really want to try my best to get that back before it's too late. So for lunch, I'm gonna have some leftover. I had made this dish a few days ago. It has bok choy, tofu, enoki mushroom, and then I'll have, well, not the whole thing, but I'll have this with a side of rice. Compared to a few days ago, I feel so much better. Last time when we spoke, I was going through it. I just need to take a deep breath and be in the present instead of worrying about future so much. Things I do right now, my daily habits, actions I take, I prioritize, those will build my future, but I should not let the pressure of my future overshadow my present and be so anxious and not enjoy. Or basically what I'm trying to say is I should be in the present. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. This dish I made with tofu, bok choy, and enoki mushroom. One of the easiest dish ever. You just throw things together in a pot, add some spices or gochujang paste, and you are good to go. As soon as I got done with work, I was about to sit on the couch just to relax for a bit. But I know how it goes because it happens almost every day. Because once I sit to relax for a bit and scroll, I just end up being there for hours. I intend to be there for like 30 minutes, but nope. So I just picked up my tote bag and Chape's harness and leash, and we just started walking. And that's been effective. I was supposed to change. I did not even change. I'm still wearing clothes that I was wearing earlier. Weather has been so unpredictable. A few days ago it was windy, and now all of a sudden it's summer weather. I'm wearing sleeveless today. In the morning when I walked Chape, I had my jacket on and I was sweating. It was so hot. I just assumed weather is gonna be like how it was the past few days, and that wasn't the case. It has switched completely. For dinner, I'm gonna do leftovers again. I got laughing. Then I have leftovers. I forgot what this is called, but it's wrapped up like this. It's called lotus leaf. So I got this from Nepali Tibetan restaurant, and this one is from a Chinese restaurant. It's so good. I'm gonna have one right now and one for tomorrow. So these are all my sister's leftover. My sister, niece, and mom were here over the weekend. So this has meat, sometimes eggs inside. This is good as well. I am gonna prep my breakfast. In this one, I poured too much of vanilla extract. I can smell it. So what I've been doing for my overnight oats is that beside oats, chia seed, milk, and vanilla extract, I add some kind of fruit as well. So I'm gonna add apple and banana. And then also I usually add yogurt as well. You know how you can get yogurt in those small yogurt containers? It's like one serving. I just drop the whole thing on each. One serving, but I'm out of yogurt. I didn't realize that, otherwise when we went on a walk I would have bought yogurt as well. So I'm just gonna increase my oats and chia seed quantity, but we'll add some fruits first. This has been my favorite way to prep up breakfast. And that way I don't have to think. It's quick and nutritious all in one. I just added a little bit of water. My proportions are way off for this round. But still, breakfast is done. That's what matters the most. I'm working out so bad up here. I just got done with my period as well. I feel so much better. All that intense feeling has subsided a little bit. The whole existential crisis is still lingering, but the intensity has subsided. This is really good. Mix of apple and banana goes so well with the overnight oats. For lunch, I'm doing leftover rice and chickpeas. Here we go. Today, meetings wise, it's not crazy, but I have a lot to catch up on right now. I was thinking to go for a workout class, but I have to work again. And this is why if I go back to working out, I want to do it in the morning, because evening something always comes up. I was thinking to wake up early and go to gym, but nope. I slept at 1 a.m. and then I woke up around 7:30 a.m. and I don't want to go to gym around 8 p.m. because my brain becomes so active and then I won't be able to sleep even beyond 1 a.m. And I need to stop drinking my coffee because it's 5:52 p.m. right now. I was looking for my bottle opener. I have one more thing to finish for work and then I'm done. I didn't expect my work to last this long today. Gonna do Jabe's night walk. He's already done with his evening walk. Now it's night walk before we head to bed. I'm gonna edit for a bit and then head to bed. Yeah, that's the plan for today. This is my pick me up for now and let's get back to work.